of untrustworthy professionals, who comes to your mind?
Used car sales.
For me, yes, it is the car salesman. And not, oddly enough, they are number one on the list of untrustworthy professionals. They beat out attorneys, they beat out stockbrokers, they beat out congressmen. But this weekend, I knew it was time that I was going to come face to face with a car salesman. The lease on my car was ending, and I knew I wasn't going to keep it, and so I knew I was going to have to get a new car. But there are a few things that I wanted to get from the car buying experience. First, I knew I was not going to go to 5 different dealerships. Second, I knew I was not going to haggle over prices for hours and hours. And finally, I knew I was going to leave the car with the car that I wanted to drive. But there are also other things I needed to do to ensure that all of these things happened. 1, I had to do research. 2, I had to get a pre-approval. 3, I had to make sure I didn't believe their lies. And finally, I had to make sure I made them fight for my business. So first, I did my research. And first, I did ask people that I knew, family, friends, co-workers, about different cars that they had driven and their experiences with those cars. But like 83% of consumers, I also did research online. And my favorite website I found that I would recommend to everyone is called cargurus.com. This website lets you absolutely pinpoint the exact vehicle that you want to buy. I was able to go on there, put the make, the model, the year, the amount of mileage, the color, the options, the price, the location of the vehicle that I was looking for. And it spit out all the different places that would sell the car. It told me the price of the car, the price history, whether it had been dropped or increased at any time, and how long this car had been on the market. I knew I wanted a certified used Honda Accord, and I found the one that I wanted at the Honda dealership in Dublin. So I went there on Saturday, and I was ready for my number 2, the pre-approval. And pre-approval for me was twofold. 1, I came with my credit union pre-approval for financing, and 2, I made sure I had a master negotiator with me. Because I know that I'm not a negotiator. I will walk in and pay the price on the sticker. So I needed to make sure I had someone that was willing to negotiate for me. So it came down to discuss the price. I told them I had pre-approval. So they came back with the paperwork. It showed the interest rate and it showed the sticker price of the car. So I looked at my master negotiator and let him handle it. He said, she already has that rate. So let's talk about this price. So they went back and forth a couple of times until they dropped the price by $1,500. And I told him, I'm okay. That's within my range. But then I told the salesman I wanted to look at the car one more time. And this is when their lies begin. We go outside and the car salesman says, the keys, I can't find the keys. And I'm looking at him and I'm thinking, before you had a remote control to open the car, what keys do you need? So he comes back and he says, I found the keys. Someone else is looking at this car right now. They want to buy it too. And I'm thinking, yeah, right. There's 3 whole people on this lot right now, 200 plus cars, but you have someone else who wants the exact car that I want that's been sitting here for 50 plus days. I don't think so. So we waited, and then finally I told him, let's do it. Let's go see the finance man. When we sit down, they have increased the agreed upon price by $100. And I look at my negotiator again, and he says to them, that is not the price we agreed upon. So that was lie number 2. For what reason they thought I wouldn't notice they increased the price by $100, I don't know. But the final thing I had to do was make them fight for my business. They continued to give me the same interest rate. So I told them, if you're going to give me the same, I'm going to stick with my credit union. And so all of a sudden, they dropped the 4% to 1.9%, like that. I knew they would because I know I have excellent credit. So in all, I was able to go in, pinpoint the car I wanted. I was there for an hour and a half. I got the price I wanted, and so I got in and I got out. And if you were to do the same, to do your research, get your pre-approval, don't believe their lies and make them fight for your business, you can get in and out of the dealership just like I did. Thank you.